Nubreed, Global Truth. What's good, everybody? It's your brother Nubreed coming through with another live stream. I know Babylon falling. I know for a fact it is. The third chapter of Mark tell you that a house divided can't stand. It tell you that a kingdom divided can't stand. And now it's getting real ghetto in the White House. How many of y'all seen this coming? Babylon is cracking at the seams because of this feud between Elon and Trump. The stock market crashes 14% more. And it's starting to look like Ratchetville. It really is. Yo, y'all hear that? It's a bird trapped in here. That was a frog. Found a frog, yeah. Man, Elon he's throwing Trump under the bus. He's exposing him like none other, man. Babylon is falling. It's cracking at the seams, man. Yeah, it sounded like a tree frog. Look, y'all, we got to talk about this because in case you don't know what's going on in the news media right now, allow me to catch y'all up to speed. I want to give y'all the whole rundown of this feud, first and foremost, because some of you all don't know why it's getting so cutthroat right now. But allow me to just kind of give you a rundown. So first, when this tension started, it was back in, I believe it was back in May. Matter of fact, let's get this right. So back in May 2025, Musk resigned from his role as head of the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, citing the need to focus on his businesses. Fast forward to June 2025, Musk publicly criticized Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill Act, labeling it disgusting and an abomination. Damn. Hey, listen, I labeled it the same thing, right? Due to its projected $3 trillion addition to the national deficit and cuts to electric vehicle tax cuts. You know, and I remember Elon going in talking about that bankrupting the country is not the answer. So, you know, he was absolutely disgusted by Trump's bill, and so am I. I think the bill is ridiculous, and America got a whole lot more hard times coming. I can tell you that much, right? Trump responded back in June 2025, and he expressed his disappointment, suggesting Musk was self-serving. He threatened to terminate government contracts with Musk's companies. So Musk claimed without his support, Trump would have lost the 2024 election, highlighting his significant financial contribution. So now things have escalated. Musk alleges that Trump was named in the Jeffrey Epstein files. Damn. Implying a cover-up to protect the president. And the economic reaction is stocks have fell off 14% in one day, erasing $150 billion in market value. Sheesh. Babylon is falling. Listen, I told y'all Trump was going to get exposed. I told y'all I was going in. Nobody wanted to hear what I was talking about. And now they're in the White House divided. Now, I'm going to go ahead and play this video so you can get up to speed. As you enter the broadcast, hit the like button. Let's go.
Story, the war of words still ramping up between President Trump and Elon Musk, the two of them going back and forth. President Trump making some statements earlier today from the Oval Office stating that Elon Musk is upset and he isn't sure exactly where the relationship stands, stating that Elon Musk was, quote, wearing thin in his social media post. Well, now, not surprisingly, Elon Musk now taking to X to share even more thoughts. And I wanted to share the very latest as this continues to be a back and forth right here. The very latest comment from Elon Musk is time to drop the really big bomb.
Wow.
President Trump at real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public.
Have a nice day. Man, listen. Whoa, woo-saw for a moment. Let this marinate, ladies and gentlemen. I vocalized this last week. I told y'all that Trump was hiding something, and Elon just confirmed it. Now, let me express this to y'all. Y'all got to understand, when two elitists are at odds with each other and there's conflict, this is far more than what you think it is. When billionaires start beefing, it ain't just ego. It's a war behind the scenes, a war for control of our minds, our freedom, and our future. This is very serious. Elon and Donald Trump are two of the most powerful men in America, and they are in conflict. Not because they disagree, y'all, but because power is shifting. You see, the beast system is real. It's digital, it's political, and it's spiritual. And when two elites clash like this, it ain't by accident. It's because the kingdom of darkness is divided against itself. Mark 3:24 tells us, if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. So when I tell y'all that Babylon is falling, Babylon is falling. We're getting all the signs of the times of a nation that is on the brink of collapse. Now, that list was hidden. Them files never came out. And I want to know what all of the Trump supporters think about this information being put out there. You know, I really would like to hear y'all speak up on this, but let's go.
Have a nice day, DJT. And earlier on in the Oval Office, President Trump foreshadowing perhaps these comments getting personal, because before President Trump did state that up until that point, when he made those previous comments, that Elon Musk did not speak about him negatively personally, but expecting that. And I wanted to share.
Now, that's a personal attack. He said you was up on Epstein Island, you know, doing the unthinkable and the unspeakable. He said that you was on Epstein Island with all the elite having pizza parties. That's what Elon is talking about right now. He talking about that you part of the shadow government. Elon is talking like, yeah, I was tricked. I was fooled, bamboozled. I thought he was just a businessman who was looking out for America, but it seems that he's right there in the ranks with the PDFs. That's coming straight from Elon. I mean, listen, there's nothing that's hidden that will not be made manifest. Ecclesiasticus. I'm going to tell you, First of all, Musk helped Trump win in the 2024 election. He dropped millions on his campaign. Now Trump turns around and tries to destroy him, cutting EV tax credits, threatening government contracts. Now, why? Because Trump knows Musk is becoming too powerful, too independent, and he's following the script no more. And see, this is what happened. This is what's happening right now. Now, hear me out on this. Ecclesiasticus 13:4. If thou be for his profit, he will use thee, But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. So Musk exposed Trump, said he tied to the Epstein files. And just like that, the stock market crashes. Tesla loses billions. The system is punishing. Listen, the system is punishing Musk right now for speaking out. I'm telling you that right now. Musk is going to get punished for speaking out. He would look, when I tell you Musk was not supposed to expose what he just exposed, oh man, Tesla about to lose a lot. They about to lose a lot. See, the rules are being broken right now with the elite because guess what? The children of Israel are waking up. God's people are coming into the knowledge of who they are. And some of y'all believe that this is a script. I don't believe it's a script. What I believe happening is Babylon is cracking at the seams. See, the Most High is causing conflict among these elite billionaires. Look, ladies and gentlemen, they people too. The script is not that dignified like you think it is. Y'all thinking this is you thinking that these elites are way more sophisticated than they are. Truly, the Most High is weaponizing them against each other because they are two of the most powerful men in America. And the Most High is showing us that this Babylonian system is coming to an end. Telling you, that's my perspective on it. Some people say, well, maybe they fooling the public. No. To expose the Epstein files, that's not confusing the public. He just tied him to Epstein. Yeah, this is exactly what it is. Two snakes cutting their own tails. That's exactly what it is. Y'all know. Now, the scriptures go on to tell us. Now, and before I get into more scriptures, let me let it be known. This ain't about taking Elon's side or Trump's. Both of them are still tools of the system. This is about waking up you brothers and sisters to how the elite play both sides, left versus right, red versus blue, tech versus politics. All of it is distractions. While we argue about who's the better billionaire, they are still going to be building the beast system. Make no mistake about it. While we arguing about like, yo, who we choosing, Trump or Elon, the beast system is still getting built. All right. Now, Ephesians 6:12 say we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but principalities. So don't get distracted and don't get deceived by this. This is a warning to the chosen. We are in the final stages of a fallen empire. The Most High is pulling the veil off that Babylon. And the elite are turning against each other. The elite are turning against each other. Understand that. Let's go.
Share that with you right here as I pull up the exact tweet right here. But I did want to share that with you as we continue to follow this breaking news as President Trump and Elon Musk continuing to square off and really just getting ugly with some of these comments that we are seeing from them right here. But before that, we did share this with you. This is something that President Trump has stated prior to this particular comment from Elon Musk, saying Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months I was going to do, and he just went crazy. So the latest...
I'm telling you, it's getting real ratchet, man. They in the White House fighting like thoughts, man. I know like 2 weeks ago, Elon popped out with a black eye. You know what I'm saying? Listen, they call in the children of Israel, the children of the light savages and thugs and goons. But meanwhile, you know what I'm saying, the Babylonian leaders, they in the White House duking it out, swapping it out. You know what I'm saying? They fighting like hood rats in the streets. I mean, it's getting real ghetto in the White House. You know what I'm saying? It's getting real ghetto. So when you hear people talking about they got quote unquote black fatigue, listen, the whole world is in melee. The whole world is in disarray. The whole world is at odds with each other. This ain't about black and white. This is about good versus evil. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, bro. Luke 21:36, it says, watch ye therefore and pray always that ye may be counted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and stand before the Son of Man. That's right. 1973, sister. That's right. Yeah, they in the White House going to blows. Elon pop out with an eye shiner. Like, you can really put this on a Boondocks episode. They in there fighting like Street Fighter characters. They over there fighting like, you know what I'm saying? They on World Star. World Star. I'm telling you. That's what's going on in your White House, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it's their White House, but this was going on with your country's leaders. The White House then turned black. Let's go.
Comment once again from Elon Musk is he is taking off the gloves right there, saying, quote, time to drop the really big bomb. Real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. So no doubt we are going to be hearing from President Trump as he doesn't take personal attacks lightly.
Yo, this is going to be very messy. Trump said, hey, listen, yo, this is going to get messy, y'all. It's going to get bad. Listen, let's play more of this. Trump doesn't take personal attacks lightly. She's right about that. Let's go.
Take personal attacks lightly and not known to back off. In fact, President Trump usually.
I mean, listen, imagine people in the White House right now is having Twitter beef. Just think about the state of your country right now. Name me another country right now in the world where those in leadership positions are having Twitter beefs. Yo, the Most High's pulling a skirt up off Babylon. And he's going to expose them both. It's going to get, listen, it's going to get real filthy in these streets. Yep, Coach C says none. So when we talk about Babylon falling, listen, we got a lot of clues. We got a lot of clues. Listen, the Most High is pulling the veil off Babylon, and even the elites are turning on each other. Brothers and sisters, you got to stand in truth, stand in the word, and separate from the system before it consumes you, because that's what they really want. Come out of her, my people. Revelations 18:4, that ye be not partakers in her sins. That come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers in her sins is not a suggestion. That's a commandment. Let's go. Let's go.
Takes to social media to very clearly make his thoughts known right here. So we are anticipating perhaps a response from President Trump in the latest round of verbal attacks from Elon Musk right there. It's continuing to evolve minute by minute, sometimes second by second, as both individuals, President Trump and Elon Musk, taking to social media 24/7 around the clock, really, to make their thoughts known. And
no, they're going to have an epic internet beef 24/7 round the clock. Look, Psalms 34:21, evil shall slay the wicked, and they that hate the righteous shall be desolate. The Lord redeemeth the soul of his servants. That's right. Can you feel the redemption? And none of them that trust in him shall be desolate. Nobody that trusts in the Almighty is going to be desolate. But this system is going to crumble right before our eyes. And guess what? I got my popcorn ready. Y'all know I've been doing a lot of live coverage on this Trump and Elon situation. Well, not this particular situation. I just been covering Trump a lot. But now that this situation is transpiring, everything I've been talking about is coming to fruition, straight up. Why? Because we govern everything from the word of God straight out the scriptures. Let's continue.
No doubt continuing to make their thoughts known about one another right there. Well, we are going to continue to follow more news as prior to.
Oh, it's more news. It's more news. I got to share this with y'all. Oh, definitely. So this feud has exploded. This feud has gotten very serious now. And The public gets to see it all.
Here, but the most interesting and perhaps important issue, political issue and policy issue, is what President Trump said about his now former friend, at least it seems, Elon Musk. And I want to go to it.
So listen, Trump is talking greasy right now. We getting live updates as they come. Listen, let me tell y'all. Again, the Trump must fall out is not just a feud. It's prophecy unfolding. Choose your side, ladies and gentlemen. The system or the kingdom. Choose your side. The system or the kingdom. Because this place is going to collapse. Let's go.
Elena Treen at the White House. Elena, it seems as though we saw kind of the unraveling of a bromance real time. And what our viewers saw was what it turned out to be one side of a fight. The other side was Elon Musk real time using his platform X to respond and kind of push back on many of the things that President Trump said. We're going to show our viewers what happened, but I want you to kind of give a sense of what brought us to this extraordinary moment, just a few days.
Let me just read some of what Elon says. He says, false. This bill was never shown to me, even once, and was passed in the dead of night so fast that almost no one in Congress can even read it. So Trump's allegations claiming that Trump, Elon knew about the bill for months. Elon is disputing that. Look, Elon going to put a target on his back. I'd be surprised if Tesla just all out shuts down, because you're dealing with the most powerful man in the world right now. He's the most hated, but Donald Trump, nonetheless, is still the most powerful man in the world, right? I mean, this is going to get cutthroat.
After he gave a big glowing goodbye to Elon Musk from the White House.
Yeah, it's not even a week, Dana, since we saw them both praise each other from the Oval Office days later now. And actually the first time reporters are actually having the opportunity to ask the president about this. Since that moment, we're now seeing this completely fraying relationship on full display. It's very remarkable given just how close I know, my colleagues here at the White House, and I know that the president and Musk have been for months now, really him being one of the president's favorite people on this White House complex. I want to give you a sense just of some of the key things I took away from the president's comments. Overall, though, I would note as well that his tone was strikingly somber when discussing this. And really, you could see that it saddened him almost. You could see kind of the emotion in his tone and on his face as he was discussing this. He said, quote, "I've always liked Elon." He said I was very surprised. He said he would have rather had him criticize him directly rather than the spending bill that the president has been working tirelessly with his team.
Well, listen, that spending bill is going to leave a lot of Americans in the dark. And Elon, don't get it twisted, Elon is not really concerned about the American citizens. He's concerned about himself. He's concerned about Tesla. But nonetheless, he has a good case because he knows the details of that bill and how it's going to bankrupt America. Look, the Great Reset is here. I told y'all that Trump was being used to reset the entire global network. You understand? He is sit here to put digital currency in play, and they're pretty much trying to wipe out the Federal Reserve notes, pardon me, and start a whole digital currency system. That's what's happening right now. So the reset is inevitable. But first, Mark 3:24 says, "And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house, like the White House, right? And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but have an end." See, Satan is rising up against Satan, eating his own tail. Eating his own tail. And that's going to affect the American citizens. It already have. $150 billion just left the stocks that quick in one day. Babylon is rapidly falling. Rapidly. I'm telling you, let's go.
To try and muscle through Congress. He said, and this to me was maybe the most notable quote from the president, he said, look, Elon and I had being a very key word here, had a great relationship. I don't know if we will anymore. He said he was very disappointed in Musk. He went on to add that Musk knew about the, quote, inner workings of the bill very intimately, and claimed that he only started to take issue with it and had a problem with it once he left the administration, but also once he learned of the breadth of the electric vehicle mandate, really the credits that are being revoked in this bill that, of course, could and will impact Tesla. We also did see, as you mentioned, Dana, Musk respond to this just moments ago on X. He had really been posting throughout the entire time the president was speaking, but then he did post, made this one post linking to a video of the president making these comments about him, and said, keep the EV mandates in the bill, but get rid of the pork and the rest of it. He said you could have an ugly big bill or a slim and beautiful bill. So clearly showing, actually at the top of that post, he said, quote, whatever, really showing, where he stands.
I mean, listen, you got two of the most powerful men in the country, billionaires, going at each other like IG thoughts. Like, that should speak volumes, man. And I'm going to tell you right now, America's going to be desolate soon. The Bible, prophesies this. Matter of fact, in 2 Matthew 12:25, and Jesus knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. See, this is the same gospel that Christ was speaking. So when we want to really break down what's happening in the world, all you got to do is revert to what Christ said. Just revert to what Christ said. And when you see these divisions, when you see this discord, you can weigh everything through the parameters of the text, and you know something is going to fall soon. Meanwhile, other countries are banding together. When Trump did that whole campaign against Africa and claiming that they were creating white genocide against the Southern Afrikaners, the white Southern Afrikaners, a lot of Africans banded together. You got other countries coming together. You got the BRICS Union coming together. But America is divided. America is divided. Of course, there's isolated events here and there with various countries going back and forth with war. But the countries that have the most resources are literally coming together. So what does that tell you? It don't take rocket science to see that America is about to get X'd out. Now, we're not afraid. We don't have no fear. We just understand where we at prophetically, right? Let's go.
Stands on this, all to say, I mean, if you just look at months ago, particularly leading up to him being in the White House and then ever since, the president, would parade Musk around Mar-a-Lago and his different properties with him, always had him by his side at the dinner table, has continued to allow him to walk into the Oval, unannounced whenever he wanted. This is very far from that, and it's very unclear now where this relationship is going to go.
Well, I think we're watching where it's going, and it's going pretty downhill pretty fast. Elena, thank you so much. I am joined here by some really terrific reporters, CNN's Kristen Holmes, Josh Jossie of the Wall Street Journal, Zolan Kanu-Youngs of the New York Times, and CNN's Kylie Atwood. Let's just start by recapping one of the comments that President Trump made about Elon Musk.
You saw a man who was very happy when he stood behind the Oval desk, and even with the black eye, I said, "Do you want a little makeup? We'll get you a little makeup."
See, man, they was in there scrapping, allegedly. He said, even with a black eye, you want a little makeup. Yo, did Donald Trump punch Elon in his eye, bro? Don't tell me they was in there literally duking it out, like really swapping it out. This 70-year-old man, don't tell me this 70-year-old clocked Elon in the eye, bro. Is this some kind of ritual going on? Ashley, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate you. Is it a black eye ritual going on? Like what's happening here? I don't think Trump did it. I think Trump got the Secret Service, man. Trump ain't raised his hand at Elon. He might got a Secret Service men to do it or something, but somebody popped Elon in the eye. Like they really in the White House fighting, like on some World Star, Ghetto Ratchet. I mean, they are really on some ninja stuff. That's right. The government, the real thugs. They was in there squaring off, right? Man, look. These scriptures jump off the page. And 2 Chronicles 15:5. And in those times there was no peace, but great vexation were upon all the inhabitants of the countries. And nations was destroyed of nations, and city of city. And God did vex them with all adversity. God did vex them with all adversity. So the Most High can put a spirit on our world leaders. He could put a spirit on our world leaders to have vexation, madness. He could turn them blind with envy and rage. Listen, the Most High is playing chess. They playing checkers. And everything that happened with this system is for the greater good of those who love the Most High. Now, everybody get the likes up on the video. Let's go. Let's go. Nobody else is covering this material the way that I'm covering it in detail with biblical prophecy, scripture, understanding, and spiritual voltage. This is Nubreed style video. And we got to make sure we share, like, get the message out there. Let's go.
But he said, no, I don't think so, which is interesting and very nice. He wants to be who he is, so you could make that statement too, I guess. Look, Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we're well anymore. I was surprised because you were here. Everybody in this room practically was here as we had a wonderful send-off. He said wonderful things about me. You couldn't have nicer. Said the best things. He's worn the hat. Trump was right about everything. And I am right about the great, big, beautiful bill.
And that's what this is all about right now. And
just like we all thought that Trump was right about them terrorists, and now there's no containers at the ports. And now we are forced to pay, hyperinflation on all our goods and services. So I would say that Trump is absolutely wrong, right? I would say he's 100% emphatically wrong. No doubt about that. See, ladies and gentlemen, this land that's divided here will fall. It will. The system is crumbling right before our eyes. Babylon is eating itself alive, and we get to actually witness this. It's something very deep at work right now. Let's go.
And I just want to make that clear to our viewers. I'm sure you understand that this relationship basically exploded yesterday when Elon Musk started really aggressively putting on his social media platform that this bill that he is desperate to get through the Senate after it passed the House is bad. He wrote, kill the bill, and many other things. And so
let's go to this scripture right here. This is a good one. Proverbs 16. The Lord hath made all things for himself. Yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to the Lord. Through hand joined in hand, he shall not be. And that's right. The Most High even created the wicked for the day of evil. That means the Most High created these conflicts that we see in earth for the day of judgment, for the day of reckoning. See, the Lord controls the light and the dark. So this is a very serious matter, but the Most High has his hands all in it. Let's go. Let's go.
So you just saw the president say what we just heard. He said, people leave my administration, they love us, and then at some point they miss it so badly. Some of them embrace it. Some of them become hostile. Trump derangement syndrome.
So this is really fascinating because as of yesterday at the exact same time, maybe a few hours later into the afternoon, I spoke to a number of Trump's top advisors who still were unsure of how he was going to respond to Elon Musk. There were still a lot of questions. He was raising questions with them as to, do you think this is just a business decision? Do you think he's lashing out at this because of these electric vehicle mandates? It's probably something he has to do now that he's leaving the government, and it's all about the business. Obviously, Donald Trump likes to make things about money and business, kind of his way of saying, okay, maybe that's what he's doing here. He was angry when that first tweet came out 2 days ago during the briefing, but then he also had a lot of questions as to where this was coming from, because he did believe that Elon knew about the EV mandate. His team does believe that this is all about business, all about the EV mandate, that this is all about these credits that Elon Musk believes are unfair, which he actually
And it's not
tweeted.
just that.
I don't believe that it's all about that. I believe this is more spiritual that meets the eye. You know, when you see elites who once stood united and now exposing and attacking each other online, prophecy is in plain sight. You know what I'm saying? Forget what the headlines is talking about. These people are really going at it for a reason. You just got to see through the political distractions of it. You got spiritual warfare in all places, in high places. You know what I'm saying? It can be spiritual warfare among the elite. Only thing we can do as people is prepare for what's next. Because obviously, right? The moment they went at each other, it affected our stock market expeditiously. Trent Bott, thank you for the contribution, says Trump told Secret Service agents, do something to make me feel good, and had Elon touched. I believe that's the case. Yeah, Elon got popped in his right eye. He was talking fly, and then he got popped in his right eye. And the world gets to see this. Like, they really getting down like that in the White House. Somebody says Elon on drugs. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. He might have some drug we don't know nothing about. Y'all hear the frog? Caught a frog, y'all. That's how it be down south. Now, y'all laughing, but this really was happening in the country. Man, let's go.
It's big and full of pork.
Right, it's not pork. It's not what he's saying there. But I think the most telling thing about this is that clearly we've hit a new marker since then, which is we had a great relationship. I don't know if we will anymore. And I can tell you that members of Trump's team have reached out to Elon Musk. No response. Donald Trump and Elon Musk have not spoken.
They might as well just swap it out. They might as well get a ring and do what they do. They might as well run the fade for real. Listen, let me tell y'all something. And everything I'm saying is absolutely historically accurate. The fall of every empire begins from within. Trump and Elon Musk were once allies and now they're enemies. That's no coincidence. This ain't a feud. The beast system is dividing, collapsing, and revealing its true face. It's time to come out from among them and recognize the hour that we in. Babylon has its judgment. Babylon has its judgment. This place finna fall, man. This place finna fall.
Yeah, and this was bubbling, though, for several months. I mean, Trump had said publicly, repeatedly, that he and Elon are close and vice versa. But there's been lots of frustrations that have happened between the two men over political endorsements, over Elon trying to get a briefing of the Department of Defense, over China, over some of the other staff fights inside the White House. And Trump's team was ready to see Elon go. There's no doubt about it. Trump himself wanted to have an event on Friday and try to have an amicable breakup here, in part because Elon is such a wealthy donor. He is the richest man in the world. He fueled hundreds of millions of dollars for this campaign. He is a political force to a large degree. He controls one of the main ways that Republicans communicate. I mean,
Now, you hear that. Elon has a lot of power, which goes back to what I was saying. Elon has gotten too much power. Now, when he can control the main line of communication with politicians, with elitists, because guess what? These elitists, they communicate online too. This is why Elon knows that Trump was on that Epstein list. Elon, he knows things that y'all wouldn't believe. He knows how they network. He know how they go dark online, how they do the things they do. I don't want to go too far down that rabbit hole. I don't even want to go too far to expose the names that he knows. He knows who's on the list. He knows. Why? Because these people communicate with various websites, things that we don't know nothing about, right? So Elon is very powerful. This can get real ugly. This can get real ugly for the sake of protecting the elitists. Yeah, somebody said it. Elon is really deep in the rabbit hole. That's a fact. See, this is Babylon cracking, man. This is don't get caught up in the show, y'all. Y'all gotta watch what's really going on. It's like when you are getting this commentary here, it's like you get to peer into behind the scenes. Let's go.
Course, to a large degree, he controls one of the main ways that Republicans communicate. I mean, unlike some of the relationships Trump has had, a breakup here could hurt him too. I mean, there really is a lot of caution here that I think his people are trying to navigate. Yeah. Okay, where are we going from here? Because we're playing.
If it wasn't for Elon, Trump would not be in the office. Y'all got to remember, Trump was banned from social media altogether. He was blacklisted. And then Elon went and purchased Twitter and turned it into X. And then he gave Trump a platform. And also he donated millions of dollars to Trump's campaign. He got Trump in the office. You know, so it's not an issue of Elon being jealous of Donald Trump, because Elon obviously helped Donald Trump. You know, Elon obviously helped Donald Trump get into office. He used his resources. He did all he can. So it's not that. Sister 1973 says, "Come out from among them and be ye separate." That's Corinthians 6:17. Absolutely. And everybody get the likes up. Yeah, Elon was used. That's a fact. But see, sometimes you can use the wrong person and it can blow up in your face. You think Trump wanted to be listed? You think Trump wanted to be listed and called out for being on the Epstein list? Nah. Not at all.
Playing with live, live rounds.
This is what you were referring to. You see on the screen, this is a video of the two of them in the Oval Office, which, by the way, I don't want to let it go unmentioned that the president made fun of the black eye that Elon Musk had. I mean, that was very clear that he wanted to get that in there. But when it comes to the substance of what we're talking about here, I also want to underscore that they are kind of saying the quiet part out loud with regard to Elon Musk's business interests. And the fact that there was even a question inside the White House, maybe by the president himself, because he just said it in the Oval Office, that Elon Musk doesn't like this bill because it's not good for his business. The EV mandate, electric vehicle mandate, goes away. I mean, they're not even pretending that there's no conflict of interest here. And that was one of the things that Musk responded to on X real time. He said, false, this bill was never shown. Well, first he said, that's not about that. And then he said, false, this bill was never shown to me even once and was passed in the dead of night so fast that almost no one in Congress could even read it. That was in response to Trump saying he was disappointed with Musk because he knew the inner workings of this bill better than anyone sitting here.
He knows the inner workings of the bill better than anyone sitting here. I mean, listen, this is crazy. Psalms 37:13, but the Lord laughs at the wicked people because he knows they will soon be destroyed. That's a fact. Now, hey, I want to look into this black eye because I didn't really do my research on it. I'm going to pull up a news source to kind of see what happened with this black eye because I'm concerned, man. These billionaires is out here scrapping. Like, what happened? And I see somebody in the chat talking about the Black Eye Club. You have to inform me in the chat what that is. I mean, is that some type of ritual or something? I know that there's a ritual when somebody has two black eyes. Yeah, Trump is being called out for being a sexual deviant. He's being called out. And, you know, this ain't the first time that he was called out. A couple weeks ago, I called him out about his inappropriate behavior. I brung y'all all kind of sources regarding that. I showed you that, you know, Trump was weird with it, right? He said a lot of inappropriate things. Matter of fact, here's one of them. Here's one of them.
The lost Donald Trump video that has people talking. Trump and then-wife Marla Maples appeared on the TV show Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous back in 1994. Host Robin Leach asked about their daughter Tiffany, who was then just a year old.
Now, Donald, what does Tiffany have of yours and what does Tiffany have of Marla's?
Well, I think that she's got a lot of moral, and she's really a beautiful baby, and she's got Marla's legs. We don't know whether or not she's got this part yet, but time will tell.
Daily Show host Trevor Noah dug up the long-forgotten footage.
I'm pretty sure nobody has seen this clip since it aired over 20 years ago.
And he was left speechless by what he heard.
We don't know whether or not she's got this part yet, but time will tell.
The clip is being picked up everywhere. The Daily Beast calls the video disturbing. Entertainment Weekly calls Trump's comment crass.
That's not normal at all. Trump, the same one who said that he would date his daughter, Ivanka, basically said his daughter was his type. He said that later on. I don't care what nobody say. That ain't normal. This right here ain't normal. This is why I believe he been around. I believe that Elon is telling the truth based on what I see.
Although she does have a very nice figure. I've said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know.
Stop it! Oh, it's so weird. Stop. You know what? You are sick.
I know, isn't that terrible?
Yeah.
Well,
you're known for saying outrageous things, Mr. Trump. Who are you, Woody Allen?
Now, what kind of man says something like that? What kind of man holds his daughter by her hips and her waist like that? Now, I'm telling you, man, I don't think Elon is lying. I don't think Elon is lying. Yeah, that's right. Elon got that eye jammy for exposing the whammy. He dropped a bombshell on Trump. They just compared Trump to Woody Harrelson in that video. I know Elon is weird. Elon is weird, y'all. I give y'all that. Elon is weird, but Elon ain't lying. I don't think he's lying. Proverbs 5:22. A wicked man's iniquity will trap him. He will become tangled in the rope of his own sin. That's right. That is right. Yep. Y'all notice these, look, Man, I ain't gonna get into it, bro. I'm gonna spare that. But let's go.
You had the president in the Oval Office essentially say that Elon Musk's criticism is a matter of personal grievance. It's a matter of the fact that he thinks that this will hurt his business. Elon, up until this point, when he has shared criticism for this bill, has said that it's about undermining really the effort he took to cut federal bureaucracy, reduce the deficit as well. And he said that it's about sort of fiscal responsibility. Here you have the president completely saying that that is not true and that it's really actually.
So this big, beautiful bill is going to drop regardless of what Elon feel. And if somebody going to be taken out the way, off the map and out of the picture, it's going to be Elon, because Trump is the president, right? Now, I got to look into this eye jammy, man. I got to see what the hell went on with that real quick, because, you know, they really in the White House fighting for real. Like, this ain't, oh, I see him with the black eye. I just want some context behind this. Like, what's really happening here? Elon Musk says his son gave him a black eye after horsing around.
Yeah, please. Yeah, well, I wanted to ask quickly, Mr. Musk, what is your eye okay? What happened to your eye? I noticed there's a bruise there.
Well, it wasn't. I wasn't anywhere near France, so.
Yo, Trump looking at him like, yo, say something. I dare you to say something. If you say the wrong thing, you might not make it out this White House. I'm telling you. Yeah, somebody said they be playing in our face, right? He like, yeah, explain it. You better come up with something good too. Yeah, he dealt with him like a New York mobster. Yo, I'm telling you, y'all think that, man, y'all think that our people are cutthroat and savages and all of that. Nah, man. It's these folks right here. You don't get into that Oval Office by being kind and gentle. You know what I'm saying? These are the people that's willing to drop nukes. These are the people who don't mind burning churches down, and they don't care about women and children. These are the people, these are the ones right here. So if you hear people always talking about black people is this and black people is that, no, listen, let me tell y'all like this. These people right here, the world powers or the elitists, yeah, they on a whole nother degree of homicide. That way. Let's go.
What does that mean?
I didn't notice his eye.
First lady of France.
He said, I ain't noticed his eye.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, no, I was just horsing around with the Lex, and I said,
notice his hand shines. Elon is holding a pyramid. Like he's going to take the oath. I told you he part of the system too. He can't tell you what happened. He can't tell you how he got that black eye.
go ahead, punch me in the face, and he did. Turns out even a 5-year-old punching you in the face actually does.
That was X that did it?
Yeah.
X could do it. If you knew X,
I saw his mom right now. But I didn't really feel much at the time, and then I guess it bruises up. But I just wasn't around with the kids.
I didn't notice it actually.
Yeah, you know, it's weird that Trump brung up that black eye in the midst of their beef. Now imagine that. Why would Trump bring up Elon's black eye in the midst of that beef if he really caught the black eye by his son? Man, they be telling you. He's like, look, that was a dog whistle. Trump sent a dog whistle to Elon. Like, if you say too much, you're gonna get more than a black eye. They're gonna show up at your door. We talking about the men in black. Yeah, Trump is lying. That's what they do. Them politicians, when they mouth moving, they lying. Nothing but lies. Somebody says, Elon, you lucky it was not. Oh, no, I'm not going to read that one. Let me see. Somebody say he said it like he did it or orchestrated it. I believe he did. I believe he did. See, the frog believe it too. Y'all hear The frog believe he did it too, man. Yeah, but you can't tell me, you know, that Trump really ain't on that list. I believe he is. But you know how Trump people are, right? This is how they always going to defend him. This is how the casual Trump supporter is.
How do you feel about Joe Biden using his bone spurs to dodge the Vietnam draft?
Joe Biden has a problem. He isn't an American. He isn't a patriot.
I'm sorry, I asked you, I said Biden and I meant Trump, so those were things that...
Oh, Trump?
Trump, yes. Can I ask you the question again with the right name? I'm so sorry. How do you feel about Donald Trump using his bone spurs to dodge the Vietnam draft?
My brother-in-law had flat feet. I'm sure you cannot go into a military zone, a Vietnam zone, or any of the other zones with bad feet.
Sure.
You just can't do the job.
I agree.
And it actually impacts the other soldiers, puts them in danger.
Yeah.
So no.
See, I'm telling you, and that's how these blind idolaters look at these politicians these days. Look, I don't like Elon Musk. I don't like Donald Trump. I don't care for either one of them. And, you know, at the end of the day, I do believe Elon is telling the truth about Donald Trump, but I also understand the spiritual dynamics to all of what's taking place right now. This is a land divided. This is how people do. They idolize their favorite politician, actor, actress, musician, whatever the case is. And it's like, in y'all's eyes, they can do no wrong. And you know how I feel about politics? I say this all the time. Whoever's in the office, I'm going against them. I don't care who it is. You know why? Because nobody has worked out a comprehensive plan for Black America. And we should have one.
African Americans built this nation. You built this nation. You know, you're just starting to get real credit for that. Okay, I don't know if you know that. You're just starting to get, you built the nation. We all built it, but you were such a massive part of it. Bigger than you were given credit for. Does that make sense? Right?
Yep. But they have done nothing for us. And this is why we stand on code, and we're not letting anybody else thrive off of our plight without us giving pushback. You know, this is why we are stating claim to being foundational Black Americans. This is the reason why, because we understand that they are always giving everyone else our recompense. They're always doing it, whether it be Ukrainians or whoever. And at the end of the day, we're addressing the issue because we're very aware of what's happening politically and geopolitically. And we are no longer accepting the miniature handouts that they giving us. And now the whole system is crumbling. Now they like, look, let's shut down HUD. Let's shut down Section 8. Let's fire all the Black women through DEI, through the DEI cuts. Let's do everything we could do to just cut them off and destroy them. But meanwhile, they destroying themselves. Meanwhile, they're at odds. This will show you money don't change who you are. It only exemplifies it. I said money don't change who you are. It only exemplifies it. It magnifies it. So now you're going to see these devils going at each other, cutthroat style, and it's going to be on a higher level, on a higher degree than we can ever go at each other. See, when these elite go against each other, somebody pop up, gone. Somebody's whole business is gone. Somebody's whole life is gone. These are the type of villains that take out bloodlines. They take out the bloodline. They wipe them out. These are the type of people that will end you and then clone you. You'll still think Elon is alive. The games he playing right now, you would think Elon is still alive, right? And it'll be a clone. It'll be a damn robot. That's how deep the rabbit hole goes. Them the real super villains. But keep in mind, Elon got money too. And that keeps him insulated. He got billions too. So when you see two billionaires going at it like this, just get your popcorn ready. Expected to get real brutal out here. And I want every last one of y'all to understand that that means the children of Israel, the children of the light, the chosen ones are being freed because their nation is collapsing and we got next. I call this poetic justice at the end of the day. I ain't worried about a thing, and neither should y'all. Just stay on the right track. Keep your head up. Be blessed out here, y'all. Man, more material coming. Like, comment, share, subscribe, support me, and nubreedglobaltruth.com. Y'all have a blessed one. More coming. Peace.